Hey guys, this is Isabella Illustrations here and welcome to a new video. So I am back for another one, as I told you guys I would be, and today's video is going to be a video about basically the things that you need to know about Dawson before you start, or before you make your decision on which school you want to go to, I guess. I recently heard from a person, a viewer from this channel, and how my videos really helped her choose which school to go to. And she came all the way from her country to study here. So that really warmed my heart that I helped her out, because the whole reason I made these Dawson College videos was to help other people out, because there's not much content out there on the internet / on YouTube on Dawson College. And that was the reason I made the videos, is because when I was applying, there was not much that could really help me prepare. So I thought that I would make some videos to help you guys. So I've been inspired to make another video about Dawson, and I have a bunch of stuff written on my phone that I guess I would have liked to have known before I started. So yeah, let's get to the video. The first thing you guys should know is that the environment at Dawson is really great. The teachers, I haven't had any bad, well, I've had bad teachers in the sense that two of my teachers have been very irresponsible, but personality-wise, all of my teachers have been super nice, super understanding. They're really great. They're really enthusiastic about what they teach. And it was just a fun experience to learn under these teachers so far. So yeah, the teachers are great. The student population is pretty good too. People are pretty nice. People are pretty inclusive. And we fight for what we believe in. I see sometimes we have little protests and things at the school, which are very peaceful, and there's not really been any problems in that regard. People are really respectful, so overall the environment is a really great place. So I definitely would suggest going to Dawson for the environment. It's definitely not a place where I feel scared to be, or a place where I don't feel safe. So yeah. I think the environment is pretty great, and I can't say for other schools because I haven't gone to any others, but I think Dawson's pretty great for the environment. In terms of services, they offer so many services at Dawson. It's incredible. Most of them I probably don't even know about, to be honest, but the ones I do know about is they have a first-year student's office on the second floor, which is really helpful for any first-year students who really need some guidance, need to know how to get to where they need to go, need to know about, basically, you can ask them about services that are available as well. And they're there to help you navigate the school on your first year, and they can help you with quite a few things on how to get help for certain things, like getting organized, how to study, how to do well in school, and it's a place that people just go and hang out. So that way you're not alone. If you're a first-year student, many other first-year students go there as well, so you guys can talk, and it feels like an environment where you're not the only person who's having a hard time. There are other people just like you, and that's definitely a great feeling to have. So yeah. That's not the only service that's available. There's also student accessibility, where they give all kinds of stuff. Like, they offer so many services. They offer quiet rooms to do your exams in. They allow you to listen to music on some occasions, with some rules. During your exams, they also let you type exams out if it's easier for you. Some of the other things I've gotten to help me out that are accommodations are that I can leave the class whenever I need to calm down from panic attacks. there's so many, guys. There's so many options, and it's just insane. So if you have a disability, whether it's mental or physical, I guarantee you guys that that's the place you need to go. They're really helpful. They're really kind. They have counselors there to help you as well, which are amazing. And yeah, the service is just amazing. They also have a mental health service as well at the school, though I'm not part of that because they mainly were fully booked a lot of the time, but it's definitely worth a try. But if they're full, there's also an online service that you can get an app for, and through the college you can get a therapist / a counselor to talk to, and that service has been amazing, and it's been so helpful to me, and I highly recommend that for anyone struggling with mental health and just school-related stuff too in general. Other services that I've seen, there's an Indigenous peoples group at the school as well. There's a French help service as well called the Clio, and it was really helpful to me since I have a hard time with languages, and it's just to help anybody who has a hard time with French, because you do have to pass 2 French courses in order to get a degree. So yeah, that was very helpful for people who have trouble with French or just learning languages in general, but mostly French. So yeah, those are all the services I can think of on the top of my head, but there are so many more probably, and yeah, they're just great. In terms of student fees per semester, it is, at least what I paid, is $200, and that's for people in Quebec, I believe. That's not for people coming from other countries to come here, but I do know that it is definitely cheaper to come here and study than it is in the US. It's definitely a lot more manageable, it's definitely better, so I highly recommend that. Coming to Canada for your studies is definitely a good way to go. So yeah, but as a person, if you're from Quebec and you're also wondering which college to go to, $200 is pretty much how much you'll spend. It might go up from time to time, but $200 is pretty good. Then there's also the student Opus card, which you can get, which is basically public transit access. I pay $92 a month for this card, and yeah, you pay per month, and you get unlimited amounts of rides on the metro, on the buses. You have to get a specific plan though, like for Montreal and Laval. It can't just be Laval, because then you can't use it in Montreal. So there's that. But it's definitely a great service. I definitely love it. It's still expensive, but it's still cheaper than the average that you'd pay if you weren't a student. So students get a discount, which is great. And I love it. I have no complaints. It's pretty great. Next thing you should know about Dawson. This pertains to what's around Dawson. There is a mall right across from the metro, / the college and the metro station, basically, Alexis Neon, which you can go there for food. There's a food court. You can go there for art supplies if you're an art student. There's a Desserts, which is a French art store right there, so you can get the supplies that you need, which is really great and really helpful. I definitely was really thankful for that my first semester, so I could go get what I needed, and I didn't have to go anywhere else, and it was right next to the college, so that was very, very helpful. As I mentioned, there is a metro entrance to the college, so that means it's underground. So during the winter, which our winters do get cold here in Canada and in Quebec as well, it's definitely great to have an entrance that's underground, so you don't have to come in from the street where it's super cold. So that's very convenient. I really enjoy that. And what else? Let's see. All right. So for the first years, the building is definitely confusing. It's definitely kind of like a maze sometimes, I will admit. You can get a little lost. But once you understand the basics of how navigation works, because there is a system to help people and students out to figure out the layout of the campus. So I'm going to explain that a little bit. So there's rooms like, let's say, 2F4, let's say. So 2 means it's on the second floor, and F means it's in the F wing, which they usually have signs with an arrow that points you in which direction the wing is. So that's very helpful. The first day, it is like the first week or two, it is definitely hard to navigate, but after that I find it gets better. Most people say it takes a week. I say 2 weeks. Give yourself 2 weeks, and sometimes even 3. Just give yourself time. It's pretty confusing, but then 2F and 4 is just the number of the room, basically. So on the door it will be just 2F4, and once you see that, basically you're there. You can even ask people. On the first week or two, there are people you can ask for help. There are people at the entrance to the college, specifically the metro entrance. I don't know about the other entrances, but there are people there who can help you if you have questions, which is very helpful and great, because my first day I got so confused about where my locker was, because the lockers too are confusing. The numbers and everything, it's all over the place. So I asked a person and they helped me figure that out. So it was really great that they have that in place, because college is definitely a new experience and it definitely can be stressful and confusing. So that was helpful. The school also has a bookstore, like most colleges do. It's on the first floor. And they sell all kinds of stuff for your classes that you can get. You can buy books. You can buy booklets that come with like worksheets and stuff. The teachers basically give you a list of stuff that they want you to get at the bookstore. You make an appointment on the Dawson website, and then you can go there and get what you need. But they also have stuff like pencils, paper, art supplies, notebooks. They sell hoodies. They sell everything there. I've seen freaking lab coats for the science people or whatever. I've seen a lot of stuff. There's definitely a lot of things there if you want to check it out. Something else that's confusing. My first year, we had to go to a place called the Forum, which is across the street on the second floor. Basically, there's an entrance, if you exit from the metro exit of the college, you go to Alexis Neon, and you go through that to the second floor, and then you cross the street where the McDonald's is, and there's the Forum. Some of the classes are in there, so it's very confusing. For the first semester, I didn't know how to find the Forum, because the Forum is basically the P wing. So like if you have a 4P2 classroom, P means the Forum. So you have to go to another building for that, which is a bit confusing, but I'm explaining it to you guys so you can understand a bit better. That's basically what that is. You use the elevator to get up to the floor where the class is. So usually like maybe the 4th floor or the 3rd floor, I'm not quite sure. I've only ever been on the 4th floor for classes, but it's mainly English courses. So that's something you guys should know as well. The last thing I can think of on the top of my head right now, basically you can extend the programs. So the programs are typically 3 years long, but they don't have to be that short, because you get 9 classes a semester if you do that. And that's way too much for any normal student, let alone a person with anxiety. So I personally went to an academic advisor who could help me change my plan, basically, my educational plan, which meant I turned my 3-year program into 5 years instead. And since I'm not going into university, that's good for me. It might not be good for you. You could also do 4-year. Most students do 4-year. I'm doing 5-year because accessibility and issues I have. But most people do 4 years. So, yeah, the 4-year is definitely good. If you have anxiety and you find the 4-year is still not enough, then 5 years is the max I think you can do. But yeah, overall, I find I have less courses. I have like 5 courses a semester. I'm going down to 4 next semester. So the least amount I'll have is 4. But the most amount that I can do is probably 6. That's it. But even then, it's a lot. And even with 5, sometimes it can be a bit much. But I find it's manageable. It's much better than it was before. So I highly recommend extending the program if you feel like you're overworked too much, because that goes with a tip I have for college, which is prioritizing mental health. And that's very important. I prioritize my mental health above all else. That's why I extended my program to 5 years, because 3 years was unrealistic, and my mental health was and would have been awful. I would have been so stressed all the time and overwhelmed, I would have dropped out, and that's not good. So, I highly recommend prioritizing mental health. And even if you don't have mental health issues, just your mental health in general. Mental health is something that everyone can prioritize. And so I think that that's definitely something to look at. If you find you're overwhelmed, then it's okay to take take extra time. And I also have another tip. Please prioritize sleep. I prioritize sleep, and I'm still exhausted half the time. So I don't know how these people who brag they get 4 hours of sleep, I don't know how they do it, because most of the time they fall asleep in class. And I don't know why these people are doing this to themselves. It's probably because they're doing a lot of courses, which I can understand that. There's a lot of work, but you should prioritize your health first and foremost. Especially if you're not going into university, grades don't really matter. You just have to pass and try your best, basically. But it's like something I've had to teach myself is that I'm not going into university, so my grades don't matter. I don't have to strive for 90s. You can just strive for 70s even, or just to pass, and just do your best, and that's all you have to do. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Dawson. Sorry this video is so long. But overall, I've had a pretty good experience at Dawson. They have all kinds of little sales from time to time, like artist sales to raise money for like just the art programs and the students in general. They have all kinds of little charity sales and whatnot, like baked goods and things like that to raise money for other school-related stuff, which is great. They have a poster sale, which is amazing. I love going to that. Yeah, they also have just a ton of great events sometimes. It's really great. They're very inclusive to everyone of all genders, races, sexual orientations. And overall, it's just a pretty positive place. Yeah, so I hope this video helped you guys out even more. If it did, please let me know. Sorry I couldn't let you guys really know how much it costs for students outside of the province, though maybe I can check. So let's try and do this fast, because this video is already almost 20 minutes long. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so international students in a program pay an amount of $7,000 to $10,000 per semester. Okay, depending on the program. So the amount is in addition to other applicable fees. Okay, So it's kind of expensive, but considering what you pay in the US is like hundreds of thousands of dollars, it's definitely better. But I definitely say I'm getting the great benefits from having been born in Quebec, Canada, because I only have to pay $200. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like so I know you guys like these Dawson videos. And if you have any questions or anything else you want to know, I'll make another video and I'll answer those questions. So please comment down below anything you want to ask me. And if I don't know, I'll try and do research. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.